Hello and welcome back to Local Gaming. I'm Zach and I'm continuing on with my playthrough of the Earthborne Rangers campaign. So one note before we get into day 2 here is there was an error in my deck for this particular character. Astute should not have been in there. That's a 2 focus card. Not sure how that got left in there. I was making lots of different decks from the stuff I had made on Rangers DB, and I must have just completely missed swapping out that personality card. So that shouldn't be in there. Thanks, Chubfrog, for pointing that out. So that will be swapped in for Meticulous, a different blue card. I am going to put Quiet and Artel's Vaulting Rod into both of the characters' decks, mainly just because of the icons. They both have 3 icons on them. And I'll be swapping out a Surveyed Land, and a Perceptive, and a Thoughtful, and a Dear Friend. This was a harder choice on this side, what to swap out. Over here, it's just straight upgrades, I think, on the icons. The ability on both of these cards is the same, in that I could gain an energy of any type if I suffered a fatigue. Which isn't too bad. Actually, they're not the same. Persuasive is a different one. I can get it back to hand if I suffer a fatigue. So these will go into the displaced area for both of these Rangers. They can be swapped back in because they are part of their starting cards. Ooh. So we got to put these in to the decks. So if you weren't continuing with the game still set up on the table, I have it set up on the table. This is actually just a day later from doing the first recording. You wouldn't still have like the challenge cards and your weather card and stuff out. And your mission, the game is kind of designed for day to day to be put back in the box. So when you go through the setup instructions, it gets everything out of the box. So we'll go through the setup instructions in just a second. Want to make sure we've got nice and shuffled and dropped all over the place decks. Okay, I don't think I'll pile shuffle these. We'll just try to spread these cards out and then normal shuffle. Because I think, so step 1 is set up the player areas, and step 2 is draw starting hands. One other change, after I had stopped recording, I was thinking about it some more, and instead of going to Mount Nim, I want to go to Atrox Mountain, and I'll show you the map here in just a second. So when I went to, I changed what I was on my campaign sheet, because what I was thinking about, so instead of going from Golden Shore to Mount Nim, I want to go from Golden Shore to Atrox Mountain, because I think I want to head back to Lone Tree Station, because I know there's some humans over there that might have some other side missions for me to do. And it was even in the story, I think it said go help Cordo or something. Maybe it was Cordo that they said. Okay, so step 2 is to draw starting hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That card's upside down. And so we got Pakodo and Whistle, but we really want our other animals, so we're going to toss those 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whistle is nice. But I am mainly playing for the animals on this side. Thought I saw another upside down card. Yep. The bottoms are a little bit darker green than the tops, the way the art goes, so you can kind of tell when one is upside down with these clear sleeves. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And pocketed belt pouch would be nice. I don't think I'm keeping any of these. I mean, I like these cards, but I really want to dig for a belt pouch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or maybe one of our new cards, one of our rewards. It's fun to play with rewards. Okay, let's see what we got in our mulligans. We got an Oru. So we got Oru and Pakoto, no Riri. That's probably fine. So our spirit is pretty much spoken for in the first 2 turns. Okay, we got a vaulting rod, 2 masterworks. There we go, a belt pouch. Okay. Then the next part of setup says, elect the lead ranger. We're just going to continue going with... Oh, that's the other thing, is I named the characters. So we have Chandara is our shepherd over here, and Chase is going to be our explorer on this side. So now I'll have some names to use when referencing the 2 characters. Chandara is going to be our lead ranger. Challenge deck needs to be shuffled is the next step. And the next step is set up the starting location. So we will take a look at Aatrox Mountain. On our way back to Lone Tree Station. Aatrox Mountain. I played around with the camera a little bit, so hopefully it behaves better today. 5R, so we gotta get 10 progress on this thing. Climb the steep and perilous route to add 2 progress to this location for every effort, then it fatigues you. Oh, okay. I was excited for a second. But it is a 2 presence. We'll read this when we do arrival setup. Is there a spot in here to do? Finishing touches, placing. Resolve arrival setup is step 9. Yes. The next one is set up the weather card. Okay, so on the campaign tracker, we are on day 2, and this is still a perfect day weather. Might as well erase our current location and path while we're here. I can show you that. So, day 2, a perfect day. And it needs 3 clouds on it. Set up the mission cards. I still have search out, so just as a reminder, we'll look at search. So when a card, when we're not at a ranger station, when a feature comes into play, we'll place 2 trail tokens on it. Oh, that's why I didn't want to go to Lone Tree Station, isn't it? Oh well. Place 2 trail tokens on it. When a card with trail tokens on it is cleared, place those tokens on this card. And we need 8 trail tokens on this mission. And then it will do stuff. on challenge icons. That is the most profound statement about the game. It will do stuff. Build and shuffle the path deck. So we need 3 valley cards because Aatrox Mountain is not a pivotal location. And Quiet is not in here, based upon our day 1 success. You, and you. And Lakeshore. How many features are there in Lakeshore? The streams and the kelpweed. The carnivorous naiad is a feature also. Oh, Luchinol Holt is a feature. There's quite a few features. Okay, maybe we can get this done. We need 8 trail tokens. I guess if we... The thing is, I don't know if we have to take Lun back to Northern Outpost specifically. I mean, I guess we could go to Golden Shore. Then we'd still just be hanging out. Why am I shuffling it without these in it? I did have the Lutrinols back in here, right? So 3 plus 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yep, 15. All right, path deck built. Resolve arrival setup, and then if we had any start of day things to do. Arrival setup is 11. Aatrox Mountain. During your training, Calypso would jokingly threaten to send you on a patrol of Aatrox Mountain whenever she needed to provide you with some extra encouragement. Now, struggling up the side of the mountain, you can see why. The paths around Aatrox Mountain are a maze of narrow trails weaving between rockfalls and slopes of unstable scree, and you know that lurking along the trail there may be an Aatrox waiting to pounce. Okay. Lead Ranger. Search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. Next Ranger. Search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. All right. I think it's just going to be the 2 tributary streams. Ooh, the fundamentals. Oh, Quizzy Voss. We haven't seen the fundamentalist yet. And these both come into play with 2 trail tokens. If we run out of dice, I might have to use something else. We were getting close to running out of dice on day 1 because of all the gear and stuff that we had out. Okay, we start our round with a path card for the lead ranger is a Romping Luchinol. And a path card for Chase is, well, what do you know? A Romping Luchinol. Well, I wish we had Quiet. Probably should get our whistle out. Not having the whistle out and using Oru to move Lutronals is probably not a good idea. Tributary Stream is actually cool for getting progress onto the location. We got to do some setups. So we're going to spend 2 spirit to play Oru. Hello, Oru. I do not want to move one of the Lutronals, because if there's 2 active Lutronals, we exhaust each of them and we suffer an injury. I could avoid one first, I guess, before moving it with Oru. All right, so I guess we play Belt Pouch. Just do some like setup. We're not doing any tests, so we're not really too worried about that stuff. Let's play Whistle. Oh wait, we need 3 uses on there. We need 3 uses on here. We gotta play our focus for Whistle. We don't really need focus to deal with these, so I think I'll just continue setting up. Play Artel's Vault for 2. Not 4-2, 4-1, but with 2 vaults on it. So Whistle, should I have played Translator instead? I don't think I need to search for a human. I need to try to clear these features as fast as possible to get these trail tokens. I wish I could scout. Let's just play. It's not really dangerous, but we will spend 1 spirit in a Homeward Bound. We're trying to do this soak test on Tributary Stream. And I'm going to take a fatigue going past the Lutronal, because if this is successful, I can soothe it right away. So we're sitting at 2 versus 2 on a spirit test. All right, 0. So our Ranger token moves there. We soothe fatigue equal to our effort, and we get, we got Riri. Yeah, that's nice. Mountain. Did not add progress. Mountain. Remove 1 trail token from a feature. Boo. I'm going to move this over so I don't forget. If there's an active predator other than Romping Lutronal, there's not. Discard that. All right. I hate to do tests that aren't potentially getting me like the trail tokens. So we're going to do the focus test on this one. So we'll spend 2 focus. So with a 2 focus plus a ranger token, we're sitting at 3. I think that will be good. We're going to exhaust our roll to dodge the Lutrinol. So we're sitting at 3 versus 2 on a focus test. +1 is cool. We get to add 1 progress because it says move your ranger token to this feature and add 1 progress to the location. Okay, so we are both here. So it's going to clear. And the 2 trail tokens move to there. Crest, suffer 1 fatigue. Crest, if there are other active Rompy Lutrinols, exhaust each of them, but this one is not active. Only this is active. Okay, so it looks like we might have to deal with the other. Well, that's interesting. It's this character's turn. We're not going to screw around. We're just going to play Riri. And we're going to exhaust Riri to add a. We don't exhaust it. We add a harm to this Lutrinol. Yep. Do I do anything with my fitness? We shall see. We played a card, so this ranger is done. Oh, we got to get Riri out. Got to have our little friendly miniature. We could save one of those energies to add a vault to Artel's vaulting rod also. Masterwork. Masterwork could actually be relevant because I do want to do this at some point to dig for more gear. Let's actually make digging for gear easier. I'm going to spend the 2 fit to attach Masterwork to Pocketed Belt Pouch, because Pocketed Belt Pouch is one of the few ones that actually does have a test on it. I mean, we could fish on Artel's vaulting rod as well. Okay. So hopefully this isn't dumb, but we're going to exhaust Oru to move this Lutrinol up here and put 2 progress on it. Our turn is going to be to pet Oru with 2 fitness. So -1, that's fine. Although that, well, we'll see. Just 1 second. So we pet Oru. That readies him, and Soothe the fatigue, but we don't have fatigue. Now here's the problem. Crest, we suffer fatigue from the urgency of the task weighing upon us. Now we do have other active rompilutrinols, so each of them have to get exhausted. And then we suffer one injury. However, we are going to use a whistle because rompilutrinols are predators. When a ranger would suffer an injury from a predator or harm would be added to a being by a predator, cancel that effect. So that was the danger of moving that lutrinol up there. But now at the end of our turn, we're going to exhaust Oru again to move it back down here to add 2 more progress to it. I think that's all good. Now back over to here, we are going to use a pocket plus an awareness, and we get to commit 1 effort with this response because we're doing a test on a piece of gear. So we're sitting at 2 in the awareness category. -1 is 1, that's fine, that's difficulty of 1. Crest, we suffer another fatigue. How many crests are we going to draw? These are exhausted, this is exhausted. So now we get to search for a gear. What do I want? Headset, I don't think so. Boundary sensor? Staff. Field journal. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? Field journal is better with stream, but I don't have any focus left even to like play it. Boundary sensors, I get tokens right away. So we're going to take boundary sensor into our hand. Yet I do have to remember that with Artel's vaulting rod out, it's normally 3, but with belt pouch it's 2, so that's 2, 3 spots are taken up as far as gear goes. And I think we are double resting. We have to rest over here because we don't have any energy left. And we can't spend that on anything. Well, I guess it's dangerous. We could try. It's not dangerous. There's no downside except whatever's going to happen with that if I do a test. Let's live dangerously. We're going to try to connect with the lutrinol. It's 1v1. If I had the intention translator out, that would have been helpful. 1v1, -1 we fail, and we suffer a fatigue. So everything went wrong. All right, now we will refresh. 3, 2, 2, 1, ready, ready, ready. All this, ready, 2. Cards, the right tool. The right tool. And another Oru, which we will probably just use for the heart symbol. And we knock this down to a 2. Start the next day. Path card. Arcology Sinkhole. A lot of green on the picture. We can explore to move our ranger token to this feature. If a ranger token is on this feature, delve deeper into the arcology. Discard 1 progress from a feature. If you cannot, discard fatigues you. Oh, man. Two trail tokens. And this one here, Lutrinol Holt. Add 1 lure to this feature. You may discard 1 token from an equipped food to commit an effort. When we clear it, shuffle a Romping Lutrinol into the path deck for each lure on this feature. Exhaust this feature, search the path deck, and discard for. We've got a lot of trail tokens out, but it's not so nice effects. All right. However, we are just going to be able to play with our features primarily this turn, I think. So let's start over here. We are going to spend 2 spirit to play Pakodo. He's friendly, persistent, and unique. We can exhaust him to discard 1 progress from this being to add a token to an aid card and 2 progress to another being. Welcome to the fun, Pakodo. We have 3 of our animals. So that's our play. We are going to exhaust Oru to move Pakodo over here. When we move the being, we get 2 progress on that being. Now we are going to exhaust Pakodo, spending 1 of Pakodo's progress to add 2 progress to another being. We'll add it to this Lutrinol, and it will go away. Progress threshold met. And we get to add a token to an aid card. Well, what do you know? Artel's Vaulting Rod is an aid card. So that's going to go up. And then we're going to exhaust Riri to add a harm to a being. We will add it in the same area. Has to be in the same area. So we will add a harm to this Lutrinol and meet its clearing threshold of 2. Oh, both of those came out and had ambush. I should have another fatigue. So I missed that, sorry. So the cards would have been different, but now the fatigue stacks. The number that should be in the fatigue stack should be right. Turn over. Now we go over here. Let's see, the Lutrinol Holt has a lower threshold, so let's do this. Let's play 1. Well, I don't want to lose those trail markers or those trail tokens, so I'm a little hesitant to. I guess it's the same. It's the same, right? So let's play boundary sensors out. So this is 2, 3. We're at 4 total gear slots, and running out of these dice quickly. So that's our play over there. Now over here, let's put Intention Translator down for 1 focus. That is our last general die. So, where are my tokens? if I need them, I'm going to use some tokens for the trail tokens, some actual tokens. Okay, we played that card. That's our turn. Back over to here. We're going to traverse the Lutrinol Holt. So that's 3-2. I want 4 to try to clear the thing. So we're going to use Masterwork. It has a exploration token on it. So we're sitting at 4 on a fitness test. +1. Didn't even need Masterwork. That's okay. So that ends up being 5 progress. 5 is more than 2R. Lutrinol Holt is going to clear. So we're going to get the 2 trail tokens off of it. And put it away. Mountain. If this test added progress, it did, but remove 1 trail token from a feature. Discard 1 progress from a feature if you cannot discard fatigues you. Man, we are getting pretty fatigued with this character. And no mountains here. So it seems like it would be a good idea to get some progress onto a feature. It's going to be rough. Trying to get 6 on there right now. Soaking my feet. Soaking my feet seems like a good idea. Oh, you know what? I did not read the sinkholes entry, 78. Enters play, 70.1. The land suddenly drops away in front of you. Luckily, you are paying attention, and you catch yourself before you go tumbling down a steep slope. You stand on the edge of a large pit, where it looks like an entire grove of trees has collapsed into the ground not long ago. Between a tangled mass of splintered trunks, you can see what looks like a broken steel archway and cracked pipes leading into darkness. The sinkhole may have exposed a new route into the old arcology beneath the valley. Clear the arcology sinkhole with progress to explore its depths. I mean, I want to do that, for sure. You got to have a ranger token there in order to read an entry, so we want to do that. I'm going to try to soak my feet here. It's 1 spirit, and we will commit Oru's connection icon. It's 2v2. Is this a good idea? Two -1s, 3 zeros, and a +1. No suns have come out yet. Let's try it. It's 2v2 on a spirit test. Okay, hey, look at that. So we pass. So we get to move our token here. Soak our feet equal to our effort was 2. We only have 2 fatigue. And this is actually Very helpful. Sun, move one trail token from a feature to another feature. That is it for the suns. Okay. Now here, I think we'll do the same thing. We will soak our feet. That's 1. We're going to add the right tool for 2. The other ranger token makes it 3 versus 2 on a spirit test. -1, okay, is 2 versus 2. So we pass. Our token goes there. We get to soak or soothe fatigue, so we're going to soothe 2 fatigue. Oh, we got quiet. All right. This will clear to move that token there. I guess I could be putting the +1 up. Sun, move 1 trail token. There's no other feature to move it to. All right. Okay. You know what? I almost want to pass. Or not pass, but I almost want to have this character go again. Yeah, let's do it. I don't have any. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna try it. It's a 2v2. I guess I could look awareness tests. Oh, lots of -1s. Oh, and 2 +1s. So there should still be quite a few zeros and the -2. We're gonna try to do this to explore, to move our ranger token there, which is gonna help this character interact with that card. So it's 2v2. I really wish we had our book charged up right now too. Anyway, so it's 2v2 awareness. Okay, 0. So we get to move our ranger token there. Crest, we suffer another fatigue. It's gonna be a short day. That might be fine because the last day was pretty long. Okay, now back over to here. We're going to traverse the sinkhole. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with the ranger token. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, 6. And I just got done saying, oh, I don't have the +1 on here. We gotta rectify that. We gotta get the one from the corrected punch board. +1. All right, so what did I say? Oh, we're at 6 on a traverse test. So we're looking for the red box here. Okay, good. So we're gonna get 6 progress, which is enough to clear it. So we'll move this trail token, add it to that number up there. So we're at 6. And we get to read 78. Because we have a ranger token there. It says if a ranger token is there. 78. If you are on archaeology, no. Otherwise, go to 78.3. It takes all morning to use a foldable carbon forged saw to cut the tree trunks, then winch them up with a jury-rigged block and tackle. By the time the sun is high overhead, you've managed to clear a path to the archway. It turns out that the archway leads to a maze of passageways. You explore a little way in, but worry about getting lost. The worn print carved into the walls is in a language utterly alien to you and is useless for navigation. Even so, you find a storage locker a few dozen meters down that still has some portable power cells. Their construction is marvelous, even after thousands of years. You can still use them to charge your gear. Perhaps if you could read the writing on the walls, you might be able to find greater treasures further in. You think you remember someone named Silaro in White Sky, who was studying the archaeology. Maybe he can help. Each ranger can either refill all tokens on a tech card or search their deck for a tech card and put it in play. Okay. I'd only be recharging one token here. I don't think I need to recharge pocketed belt pouch. I think I'll search for a tech. I can put it in play. I guess something that's, field journal is not a tech. The headset. I guess the hiking staff, because it's better, or it's more efficient because it would cost 2 fit. And it says put it in play. It doesn't say put it in your hand. Wow, this deck already feels a little short. We haven't even started really dealing with the mountain. Okay. What do I want to do on this side? I could fill whistle. What do I have that might be tech? I guess Artel's vaulting rod, which I can't use with all the stuff I have out. Put another translator out. Trail mix is not a tech. The only tech I have, I guess I have Artel's vaulting rod. Yeah. Put another translator out. So I'm at 5 gear slots now, and I just need to burn through one of them. If I want to get a different piece of gear out. Which means I don't need to worry about like using my adding stuff to aid cards on the translators. Okay, so that clears this. Sun, no trail tokens to move. We've got 2 focus. I don't want to remember my training. I do not want to go through the deck faster here. 2 awareness. Do I want to scout the path deck? Probably not, so we'll just rest with both. Oh, I should spend 1 to add something to an aid card. Okay, there. Ready, 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 and draw cards. Surveyed land. We just had a bunch of features out. And the Mother of Invention. Okay, path cards. Oh wait, refresh this down to 1. Quizzy Voss. At least she's not ambushing. We'll read her entry in a second. And Tidewater Muckets. 80. If Ranger has a biscuit basket, no. If Orovos is in play, no. Otherwise, 80.3. From up ahead, you hear a child quietly singing to herself. You move around a large cedar bowl to find a young girl, maybe 8 years old, tracing patterns in the ground with a rock. She's covered in dirt, head to toe. In place of her right hand is a miraculous piece of technology, a prothesis, gleaming in the sunlight, its fingers suspended in air, held only by her body's memory of the hand. As soon as she notices you, she hops to her feet. Hi, I'm Quizzy. What are you doing? Where are you going? What is that? Can I use it? Each time you answer a question, she has another one at the ready. It seems like you have a new traveling companion, at least until you can satisfy her curiosity. Clear Quizzy with progress to satisfy her curiosity. She's a 3R. Fatiguing, friendly, and persistent. So fatiguing if I rest and she's still out. Her insistent questions are going to make us tired. Okay. So I don't want her to do that to us. So we're going to have Oru move her over here to put 2 progress on her. Pakodo is going to spend his progress, his or her progress, I guess, to add 2 more. And we get to add a token to an aid card. Now let's put Quizzy up here. Then we're going to do a connection test. Do I need my spirit for anything? Well, let's do this. We'll do 1 spirit and both of our translators. So we're sitting at 3 to Quizzy. -1 is 2. So that's 2 progress. Takes her to 6. Which is enough to clear 3R. So we read 80. $80.5. Is that right? Clear with progress, 80.5. After a non-stop barrage of questions, you're a bit surprised when Quizzy suddenly stops talking. You turn, and she's standing on a rock, shielding her eyes as she looks at the sun. I would stay and help you some more, but I can't be late for dinner. See you some other time. She hops off the rock and scampers down the path, vanishing from view in an instant. Each ranger soothes to fatigue. Discard Quizzy. There's no fatigue to soothe here. There was a test on here where I could have read a different entry before clearing her, but that's fine. Okay, soothe to fatigue over here. Okay, we got the right tool and the Mother of Invention. Some more connection icons. This should have been readied. Right? Mountain. Remove 1 trail token. There's no trail tokens. If there's an active predator, there is not. Okay. We don't need any I wonder. Let's take the opportunity to traverse Aatrox Mountain. Now, I think I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Even though the test on there is a 2-for-1, it fatigues me for 2 more, and I'm not really interested in being fatigued right now. Oh, but the symbol I wanted to use. Man, that's a bummer. I have the reason icon that helps with that test on inventive. That would benefit really well from having 2 focus here. You know what? I wonder if I worry about getting progress on there later. Man. There almost isn't a later, though. I think we will... Let's scout some path cards. We're going to use Riri's test with this ranger. It's awareness plus reason, so we're gonna go all in here. It's 2 of those plus this card, where the number of icons on this attribute is equal to the number of focus in your energy pool. We have 2 focus in our energy pool right now, so we're looking at 4 on an awareness test is 0, so that's 4 cards we get to scout. And we draw a path card as well. One, 2, 3, 4. Fundamentalist Carnivorous Naiad is going to the bottom. Thromping Lutronol right above it. And let's see, it's going to be a mountain. Remove 1 trail token from a feature. Let's see what the Fundamentalist has to say. And then with the Kelpweed right below him. So we draw, comes in here. Mountain, we did not add progress. We're not removing a trail token. I can't believe we have not had to shuffle yet. Fundamentalist is 86. If you're at the bowl of the sun, go to 86.1. We are not. Otherwise, go to 86.2. You see a man quietly picking plums from a small, fragrant-smelling tree. You've heard of the so-called fundamentalist, and you watch with interest as he carefully lifts and inspects each plum in turn. Occasionally, one comes off the tree, and he tucks it into a rucksack. When you see him notice you, you call out and ask what he's doing. He frowns at you. What does it look like? I'm taking plums. Only the ones that are just about ready to fall off the tree, obviously. What are you doing? Clear the fundamentalist with progress to ask him about his way of life. All right, let's look at his card. Reduce the presence of all other beings in the same area as the fundamentalist by 1. If this being has 1 or more harm, you choose on an herb, remove 1 harm, and then he has the same thing as all the other humans where he can get attacked by predators. He's also a 3R. Okay. Traversing over here is not any better. Because it's a 2 presence place. We might just have to take the fatigue. 2 progress for every effort. All right, what do I want to do? I guess we can start connecting with the fundamentalist. Do I want to do that, or do I want to scout again? I don't think I want to scout again. I know one of the things coming out is kelpweed. But if I scout, I can start. Now let's do progress on that while there's not stuff out. So, okay, let's connect with the fundamentalist for 2. He has a presence of 2. Okay, it's a 0. So that's 2 progress. Mountain. If it adds 1, add another one. Boy, did I forget to do that. This is so easy to forget. And now I'm worried that I forgot. No, this is round 3, so we've done refresh twice. I think this is round 3. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is round 3. Remove 1 trail token from a feature. There are none. If there's an active predator, no. Being has 1 or more harm, no. These were active even though this character was the one who was acting. Okay, I think we're going to, it's going to end the day faster, but whatever. We're going to traverse with 3 and we're not traversing, sorry, we're climbing. It's fit plus reason. And we need to end up with 5 to get to 10 total, because it's 2 progress for every effort. So we're also going to do this inventive again because it's, like I said, fit plus reason. So this is 3 plus 2 is 5 because we have 2 focus. We're not doing a traverse test, so we cannot add boundary sensors. So that's it. We're sitting at 5. And it is a fitness test. Okay, plus 1. Finally, we get a shuffle. So that's 6, so we end up with, we're sitting at 13 progress on the location. And sun effects, move 1 trail token, there's none. If there's an exhausted predator, no. There's 1, 2, okay, yeah, they were all down there. So we're set up to travel. I kind of want to talk to this fundamentalist guy, though. We'd have to get real lucky. Well, hey, wait, maybe not. I'd have to travel back to Golden Shore, though, to continue working. Yeah, we need to get another feature out, so we're sticking around for another round. I got to get 2 more trail tokens. Being at Aatrox Mountain, I'm kind of in between 2 ranger stations, Northern Outpost and Lone Tree Station, and that search mission does not work at ranger stations. So I'd have to go back to Golden Shore if I wanted to travel away from here. Okay, so we have to get fatigued by that location, It has a presence of 2, so we get 2 fatigue. Not ideal. And maybe I can. So we're gonna scout or survey using Riri at 2. Okay, so we get to scout 2. We know there's a kelp weed. There's 2 kelp weeds. Okay, we're gonna keep both of them. We're gonna bring one of them out and put 2 trail tokens on it. The sun. Move 1 trail token from feature to another feature. No. Now, healing one here. Discard 2 harm from a beam. Oh, I wish kelpweed would heal, but it doesn't. Okay, I want to connect with the fundamentalist over here. And we're gonna do some craziness. I'm not gonna just hoard cards. So we got 1 here and 3 hearts, 3 connection icons. So we're sitting at 4. Four to 2. Okay, so that takes us to 7 progress, which is enough to clear the fundamentalist. 86. If you're on invasion, either stage, no. Otherwise, go to 86.4. You ask Tycor why the others in the valley call him the fundamentalist, and he cocks his head for a moment. Do they? He asks. I suppose I haven't been into any of your villages in a while. He thinks for another moment, then abruptly speaks. I guess it's because of how I live, he says. I don't see us having any right to build houses and lay down roads across this valley. That's just us imposing our will on the rest of the world, which we have no right to do than any other animal. Probably should be more than any other animal. You ask if human sapience changes the situation at all, and he waves his hand as if driving off a fly. You sound like all the rest. No. Our sapience just means we should recognize our capacity to change the world, and then make the conscious choice to reject that. As he talks, he starts to pack his things. In a minute, he is ready to leave. Unless you ask him to stay, he is clearly going to head out. Have him stay and continue helping you, remove all progress from the fundamentalists, and move him, or say goodbye. Discard the fundamentalist. Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue. So he is cool because he reduces the presence of all other beings in the same area by 1. But I'm hoping not to be here much longer. So there's that. So we'll just soothe 2 fatigue. We have nothing to soothe here. We've got all kinds of stuff to soothe here. Look at that. 2 field journals. Do I want a field journal? I'd have to 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm at 5. Do I have trail markers? No. He's cleared and discarded. Remove a trail token? Are you kidding me? Rompilutrinol, active predator, no. Okay, so let's try to get that trail token. We're gonna traverse, it's 2 to 0, because this is a feature. Okay, 2 to 0. That's counterproductive. We get 2 progress, which is fine. Oh, wait. This is cool. If this test added progress, add an additional progress, that clears it before we get over here. That's nice, because we get to move the trail token, and so it's cleared. Okay, mission accomplished. As far as getting a trail token. I really want to get Field Journal out, but I don't know what I would give up. Yeah, I think we might. We can't scout again. Getting another feature out would have been, or having that be 2 trail tokens, what I meant to say, would have been great. But it looks like we're sticking around here for one more turn to try to clear the next kelpweed so that we can advance this. Okay, so we're resting. Did I have energy left? It's too late now. I probably did. I probably should have used my ability, but I forgot. That is the penalty. What are we down to? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So just under half. And path cards. We know this is the kelpweed because we scouted. And then this one is a lutrinol. Ambush. Great. This character keeps getting all of the fatigue effects. So I might not even care about the lutrinol. Other than, do I want to move it to get it out of the way? Maybe I don't need to. Oh, we got to put the trail tokens on it. Let's see what happens first. So let's actually try a traverse test over here with 2, and we will commit a boundary sensor to make it 3. So it's 3 to 0 on a traverse. Okay, so that's 3 progress. That's going to clear the kelpweed. So we're sitting now at 9 trail tokens. Then have 4R or more trail tokens on this mission to read 1.45. 1.45. Search for Lun 145A. Read 1 entry based on how many days have passed since starting the Search for Lun mission. We're on day 2, so it's been 1 day. The signs of Lun's passage lead you to an overlook. From there you notice a light blinking below. You descend the slope and find Lun resting against a tree, signaling to you with the sunlight reflected off a small mirror. On his other arm is a crude sling. "Thank the valley," he says. "Am I glad to see you?" Continue reading. Search the path deck for the next predator and put it into play within reach of a ranger of your choice. After you give Lun some first aid, a little color returns to his face. "I feel a bit foolish," he admits. "I've been tracking a biomeld, not like any I've seen before. A few days ago I spotted it through the trees. Big one. Looked dangerous, so I went after it, running so fast that I tripped and fell down this slope. Complete the Search Lun mission and gain the Rescue Lun mission." Alright, so the first thing we got to do is search for a predator. Man, is it going to be the stupid naiad? No, romping lutrinol. Okay, we got to put it in front of somebody. We're definitely going to put it over here because of ambush. I don't know why I put the killweed right there. So search becomes rescue. We still have to do the crest effect here. You found the missing person. Get them back to safety as quickly as possible. If it was the start of the day, we would read that. The subject of this mission gains persistent. When the subject of this mission is cleared, resolve the following effects instead. So if there was... Really, this only changes their harm clear then. We just have to arrive at a ranger station. Oh man, and they're going to attract predators along the way. Oh, this is good stuff. All right, so Lun is persistent, and search. Complete the search mission, gain the rescue Lun mission. Put Lun outpost tender into play within reach of a ranger of your choice. Attach the rescue card to him. Do not read his entry. You have to get Lun to a ranger station in one piece. Okay, do not read his entry. So this is supposed to be attached to him. Northern outpost is the current location. Okay. So we don't really need to worry about doing progress on him. We do have an active predator here, though. Well, that's just great. Crest, nothing, nothing, nothing. But we have this. If there's an active predator, exhaust it, add harm to this being equal to that predator's presence. Well, we're going to prevent that harm with our whistle. I do think this still gets exhausted because the way this is worded, we do the first part. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. So we do that part. Then we go to the next part. Add harm to this being equal to that predator's presence. Okay, so we're going to add harm. We're going to fulfill that condition, but then we say, nope, we're not going to do the harm. But I still think we fulfilled the first part before the two arrows to exhaust the active predator. I don't know. If that's wrong, let me know. Now the question is, do I want to chance things by taking more tests? Who just went? We did a traverse test with this character. That's right. So it's Chase's turn. It's just that midday sun. I might try to help that along while I have some time here. I think I will. So I'm going to 2 focus plus a field journal to add a reason. So we're sitting at 3 against 2. I have to do this to dodge the Lutrinol. So we're looking at a focus test. Okay. To add a cloud to this card. And soothe the fatigue. Beautiful. Walk with me. Now, mountains. Nothing. If there's an active predator other than Rompanutronol, no. If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Add harm to this being equal to that predator's presence. Okay, that's mountains. Over here, I want to exhaust Oru to move Pakodo, to put 2 progress on Pakodo. First, we don't have an active predator, so Sun is actually bad. I was thinking about sticking around to soothe some fatigue off of the muckets. Let's spend an energy, exhaust this, add a whistle. I think I will chance one more time because I don't want an active predator to come out off of Sun, so I think we're resting on this side. We're going to use 3 fit to do this Tidewater Mucket test. Probably open a shell and savor its contents to add 1 harm and soothe 2 fatigue. So we're sitting at 3, no sun, no sun. Okay, good. It becomes 2, which is fine. That's still a success. I could have used that to bring out Quiet. That probably would have been a much better thing to do. Now that I'm thinking about it, going into the mountains, Quiet would be amazing to deal with the Aatroxes there. Let's do this. So add a harm, so this clears, and soothe 2 fatigue. Hiking staff and a favorite gear. We're probably going to be using Artel's vaulting rod a lot in the mountains. No crests. This character has rested. We're back over here. We're going to spend our spirit to add vaulting rod. We're going to add favorite gear to a vaulting rod. We get to soothe fatigue whenever we use a token off of it. And now we're going to get out of town. Yep. We're going to travel. So let's clean up. Clear the play area. Lun gained persistent. Only thing is left were the Naiad and the Mucket that we scouted to the bottom. Well, we didn't scout that Mucket to the bottom. That got shuffled. Okay. We do not need Lakeshore. These 3 Valley set folks. Go back into the Valley set. Okay, we are traveling to... Well, let's move this progress. Get rid of Aatrox Mountain. Now the question is, do I want to go? I do want to go to Lone Tree Station. There's humans there that I can get more missions from. Although the Northern Outpost, there was that Tricked by Light thing, and we can repair the Northern Outpost. Yeah, we're gonna go back to Lone Tree Station, so maybe we can get some more. We can meet some more humans and get some missions for the next day. In the refresh phase, we get to add a cloud here. Get all of our stuff back. draw cards and stuff, and then we got a build path deck, pocketed belt pouch, and trail mix. Trail mix would have been great for soothing fatigue earlier, but I've soothed, there's only one fatigue left in this stack. We soothed quite a bit of fatigue via other cards. Okay, so we're going to Lone Tree Station along a mountain. Lone Tree Station along the mountain pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's Northern Outpost. White Sky. Lone Tree, Lone Tree, Lone Tree, Lone Tree, Lone Tree. I just totally put that back in the wrong spot. Okay. Don't think we've been on the mountain pass yet. We done a lot of lakeshore forest. Pretty sure we read this before. Visible for miles around, Lone Tree is a single enormous giga redwood rising out of the thick grass of a high prairie. From far away, the tree is all you can see, but as you come closer, you can see the rest of the station. The large box garden plots hanging from the branches, the airship Swift moored to its dock. In the tree's crown, the doors and windows carved into the trunk and peeking out from among the roots. Lone Tree Station has been the base of operations for your rangers ever since people came to the valley. And ever since you became a ranger, it has been your home. Search the path deck for the next predator and discard it. Oh, that's nice. So 1 pouncing Aatrox out. Lead ranger, draw 1 path card. Oh, come on now. Fractal Wire, feature hazard flora obstacle. We can try to break it to add harm to it for every 2 effort. If you fail, suffer an injury. Add 1 harm to each being within reach. Oh no. We have lots of beings, and 2 of them only have a harm threshold of 1. So that feature is going to have to get exhausted by Artel's Vaulting Rod very quickly. Okay, start a new round. Path cards. Pouncing Aatrox. And Shale Scree, feature hazard ascent obstacle. Let's look at these one at a time. Pouncing Aatrox is a being, predator, mammal, ambush. If there's another active predator, add 2 harm to that predator and 1 harm to this being, so they will fight. If you have 2 or more fatigue, exhaust this being, suffer 1 injury. We only have 1 right now, other than that we just got ambushed by a 2 presence thing. So now we have 3. Great. That's great. Okay, Shale Scree. Feature hazard ascent obstacle. Scramble for 2. Add 3 progress to this feature for every 2 effort. If you fail, Resolve its Mountain Challenge effect. Move this card within reach. It fatigues you. Move each being that is within reach to another area. If this feature is within reach, shovel it into the path deck. Suffer 1 injury. And that is not avoidable with the whistle, although this is avoidable with the whistle. Let's think about this. Let's think about this. Quiet can add 3 harm. All right. We're going first over here to play 2 fitness to bring out Quiet. I should have done this before. Quiet's coming to play. Friendly, persistent, and unique. I should have done that probably, and not soothe that fatigue off of that mucket. But we're going to exhaust Quiet. Quiet's going to run over here and play with the Aatrox to... I'll show you. Add 3 harm to a being and harm to Quiet equal to that being's presence. So we're going to add 3 harm to it. This has a presence of 2, but we're going to do this. Or when harm would be added to a being by a predator, cancel the effect. This is a predator that would be adding harm to a being. We are canceling Quiet getting hurt. That's our turn. We played a card. We used an exhaust ability. Let's go over here. We will exhaust Riri to do 1 damage to this Aatrox to take it to 4 harm. The Aatrox is gone. Now, oh, you know what I wanted to do actually too? I wanted to do the exhaust ability here. Use a vault to exhaust this obstacle, because I do not want harm being added to my beings within reach of Fractal Wire. Now we have the Shale Scree to deal with as another obstacle. If we fail, we do not have any exploration symbols. Perhaps I should just... I don't really have a whole lot I want to do with this character right now, because I don't have any exploration symbols. Traversing on this side is not that amazing either. I could try to... Oh, wait a minute. I'm an idiot. We arrived at a ranger station. We got to do the 1.46 with Lun. The whole reason we came here is speak up, Lun. Wake up from your nap or something. Rescue Lun, 146A. Lun has been moaning with every step you've taken for the last few hours, and you're getting worried. But your worry turns to relief as you see the ranger station in the distance. Only a short time later, you're tending to his injuries. The analgesic balm relieving his agony is supposed to, I guess it's like anesthesia, whatever, that stuff that makes you not feel pain. It's too early in the morning. Thank you so much, he says. When I get back to the northern outpost, I can offer you almost anything you could ever want in trade. Return Lun, Outpost Raider, to the collection. Complete the Rescue Lun mission and write Saved Lun on the campaign tracker. Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue. So the 2 fatigue... let me look at the steps to see. I suffered 2 fatigue when I got ambushed by the Aatrox. So I need to look up the timing to see if that's actually already there or not. But this ranger only has 1, so it doesn't really matter. We've got another Artel's vaulting rod. That's nice. Okay, we cross off Rescue Lun. We write Saved Lun. There. And just return Lun to the collection. Okay. Lun is a Northern Outpost pivotal location card. The rescue mission is done. Okay, real quick, the timing of traveling. I think the arrive at stuff is after the setup. Travel to a location, decide to camp, no. Build the path deck, arrival setup, read the campaign entry noted. Missions to arrive at a location, resolve now. To finish setting up your destination, resolve each instruction under the arrival setup. So I would have done the arrive at first before I was ambushed by the Aatrox. So the only thing we get to soothe is the 1 fatigue we already had, which is a, oh. That changes things. That definitely changes things. Yes, so now I think we might actually do the Shale Scree test to scramble. Up the slope of the shifting rocks to add 3 progress as feature for every 2 effort. And I don't want to mess around, so we're going to do 2 awareness plus our bold, because it's awareness plus exploration symbols. So we are sitting at 4 effort on an awareness test. Okay, so 4. 3 progress for every 2 effort. So that's 6 progress. It has a threshold of 6. The Shale Scree is gone. Worth it. Good timing for that fatigue. Sun, suffer 1 fatigue. That's it. Now what? Focus plus conflict. To break coils, to add 1 harm to this feature for every 2 effort. If you fail, suffer an injury. Let's try to get rid of the fractal wire. It's focus plus conflict. So we're going to do 2 and thorough. So we're sitting at 4. And it is a difficulty 2 test. It's a break 2. So, okay, 4 on a focus test. Okay, suffer 1 fatigue from this. Well, let's do this in order. Every 2, so 1 harm for every 2 effort is 2 harm. That's the threshold. Fractal wire is gone. Suffer 1 fatigue from the sun. I almost don't want to take any more tests because I'm about to flip from midday sun to perfect day. But I can use Oru to move Pakodo over here to get 2 more progress. We can spend an energy to add something to an aid card. I don't have any more focus, so field journal doesn't seem smart. And 2 vaulting rods seems pretty powerful, which you could do with belt pouch. All you would have is 2 vaulting rods and a belt pouch, but yeah, I think we're gonna rest actually. So, oh, I should have soothed the fatigue when I used this. Whatever, I gotta remember my cards or it's never gonna work out good for me. Draw a card. Follow in footsteps. Connect test. We can add a bunch of progress to a feature. That's nice. Our other boundary sensor. We've got so much gear in our hand, we can just go willy-nilly spending stuff. We go to 3 on the refresh face here, so we flip the card. 3 clouds. I think we're good. Path cards. Circling Irix. Not a fan. Being Predator. 3 harm threshold and 7 progress threshold. We could scare it off, but the thing I'm not a fan of is it is persistent. It sticks around. It wants to be our friend. And over here, Cordo. Here we go. A human. All right, Cordo, 44. Enters play. If you don't have either the accommodation or intervention mission, go to 44.1. Through the brush, you hear 2 people arguing at each other. One you immediately recognize as Cordo Haverson, but it takes a moment before you recognize the other as Spirit Speaker Null. You don't think you've heard her raise her voice before. You push forward and come across the 2 of them in the midst of a heated debate. Cordo's face is flushed, and Null has her arms crossed and is glaring. Although you're not sure what's going on, you feel like you should step in. If Null is not in play, search the path deck for her and put her into play in the same area as Cordo. Do not read her normal entry. Go to 45.4. Let's do that first. Any other? He's friendly. He has a hunt thing. Add 1 harm to a being for every 2 effort. Then add an equal amount of progress to Cordo. When you clear him, you can read. So that was, this ranger was drawing cards. So we have to search for Null. There's Hall, Carcass, Hanging Gardens, Shale Scree, Meadowlarks, Fractal Wire, Null. We don't read her entry, it said. We just put her into play. She has a Focus plus Connection, difficulty 2. Add 1 progress to this being for every 2 effort, and scout 1 challenge card. I like the idea of scouting challenge cards. Vaulting Rod is so good, but it takes up so much space. Back to the book, 45.4. You get between Null and Cordo and ask them what they're arguing about. Cordo huffs, then Null rolls her eyes and turns to you. We've been debating this since Cordo and I first met, actually. She says, it's a question of our role here, both as rangers and inhabitants of this valley. Don't make it too dramatic, Cordo grumbles. I just think that if we're going to be proper stewards here, it's up to us to clean up our ancestors' mistakes. Biomelds aren't mistakes, Null shoots back. They have been created for a purpose thousands of years ago, but in the same time since they've evolved and become part of the ecosystem. They reproduce, they coexist, just like any other being. Oh, you think the caustic mulcher that has been lumbering around the wooded areas in the valley is coexisting with everything else? Cordo looks at you. Maybe you can settle this. Null thinks that big, sticky-tongued, acid-drooling eating machine is part of the environment. I, on the other hand, think that it's been eating its way through the rest of the ecosystem and it's time to stop it. What do you think? He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a ball of cloth. You catch it and open it, and find that it's actually a long and lethal-looking gauze blade. Gain the gauze blade reward card. Okay. Gauze blade. Couple of conflict icons there. Gear, tech, weapon. It's only one slot. That's nice. But we have to camp to be able to add that to our deck. Oh god, where was I? Gain the Gauze Blade reward card, 45 points. Yeah, there we go. Null sighs. Well, it's important to be able to identify yourself to it just like any other being, she says. The caustic mulcher, like the other biomelds around here, is an important part of the ecosystem. I haven't observed a drastic decrease in animal populations. Have you, Cordo? If the mulcher was a mistake, nature would have corrected it by now. It doesn't eat everything, only what it must. Cordo grunts. You've already told me your plan to prove it. Coating yourself in leaf paste and seeing if the mulcher will eat you or spit you out sounds like a terrible idea. If I'm right, Null says, then the mulcher won't eat living plants or something that tastes like one. It's not cutting a swath through the forest. It's helping to manage it. Rangers choose. Agree with Cordo, the mulcher must go. Gain the intervention mission. Agree with Null, the mulcher is misunderstood. Gain the accommodation mission. I think our shepherd character would probably try to understand a being. So we will gain accommodation. And that looks like that's it from here. You've agreed to help Spirit Speaker Null investigate the caustic mulcher's purpose in the ecosystem. Explore the woodlands of the valley, where caustic mulchers can be found. When a ranger token is removed from a caustic mulcher, place it on this card. It cannot be moved from here by the mulcher's effects. At any point, the group can choose to change their mind and help Cordo instead. If they do, remove all of this, flip it. Okay, so we're going to write accommodation. Day 2. And the little green box says have all ranger tokens on this card. We would read entry 1.4. So everybody needs to be gobbled up by the caustic mulcher, and then we can read that card. Okay, so what do we want to do first? We've got some humans we can clear here if we absolutely need to. But we got a mission from them already, so I think I might want to play a dear friend to search for another human. But first, let's exhaust Quiet to do 3 damage to the circling Irex, which will clear it. And we'll use the whistle to stop the damage going back to Quiet. Yeah, we're going to play a dear friend where we get to search for a human. So high pimp pot's our only other option. Search a path that can discard for a human, put them into play with this card attached. And then when attached human is cleared, we can move progress from it to any other beings divided as we choose. Okay, we got to read High's entry, because we had a different, we did different stuff with High when we were here for the biscuits, when we were risking it for the biscuit. I'm going to try to make that be the last time I ever say that in my entire life. We'll see if that works. Enters play 47.1. You hear High's shrill whistling long before you see him. It's said that every ranger in the valley has tried to teach High Pimp Pot a new song to whistle, but none of them have succeeded. Eventually you spot the stout little gnome of a man intently chopping and mixing vinegary-smelling herbs and vegetables into a large bowl. Good, good, you're here, he says without looking at you. Try this stew. I need to know if I've hit the right balance between pleasant heat and tongue searing. What does it need? Kelpweed? Morning root? You can help High Pimp Pot by gathering ingredients for the stew, or you can clear him with progress to ask him how to make the stew as good as possible. Okay. Well, we played a card. That's our turn, right? Awareness plus reason, harvest, difficulty 2, attach a flora face down. If there are 3 flora attached to High, he prepares his famous stew. Okay. So, what do we want to do? I know I need to travel to get to a forest place to work on the caustic mulcher, so let's traverse the location. That's 3 plus 1 is 4. Is Lone Tree a trail? It is not a trail, so our staff is not really helping. So we're sitting at 4. I don't think I want to use that. Should I save the vaulting rod? Probably not, because I can just add to it, right? So we're going to add vaulting rod for an exploration token, an exploration icon. So we're at 5 on a fitness traverse test. So 5. Okay, so that makes 5 progress on here. We just need 1 more. Crests. There are no predators out. Well, Cordo requires 2 predators, so he's just fine if there's 1 predator out. All right, let's do this. We are going to use Oru to move High up to here to add 2 progress. We are going to use 1 off of Pakodo. To add a 2nd progress. And we can add something to an aid card. About whistle. About this, because we're going to be talking to people. So High's going to clear now. Let's read 47, because it said we can clear him to ask about the best ingredients. 47.3. Well, High says in a way that makes it very clear that he is waiting for you to ask. I'm tired of making my soup with the same pepper pods and northern potatoes that grow around these parts. I just remember how good it can be when someone gets some of the herbs and tubers from elsewhere in the valley. He stares at you intently. I could use someone, someone young, hardy, and already hiking around the valley to take care of their responsibilities. High would like to complete his stew using flora cards gathered while not at Lone Tree. We can agree to help gather ingredients, remove all progress from High, and attach the helping hand mission to him. Was that the right one? 47.3? Yeah. Do we have time? It doesn't hurt, right? 40, so helping hand. We have to remember this, though, in just a second. Helping hand. Do not add this mission to the campaign tracker. If you don't help this person by the end of the day, the opportunity is lost. The attached human is cleared, yeah. So we have helping hand on High up here. Now, dear friend, when the attached human is cleared, move all progress from it to any number of other beings. I'm going to do just 4 on Spirit Speaker Null. Maybe I want to do it here. No, we'll do it like that. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't really matter, right? Okay, that was just the animals doing that. This is discarded. We need some more cards. Let me pet Oru. I'll pet Oru as my test. So it's a fitness test. Okay. So Oru stands back up. We get to soothe 1 fatigue. It's another whistle. Now I can move a being to add progress, and we clear null. 45. Wait, I gotta do suns. There's no suns. 45. Helping hand is attached? No. If you spoke with the spirit? No. 45.7. Null stands, and the floating disc which was hovering before her settles gently to the ground. As you know, Elder Thrush depends on me to communicate telepathically with rangers in the field, but to do so effectively, I require the support of the most powerful spirits of this land. One of those, interestingly enough, is the spirit of the Verdessa. It shares a deep connection with the spirit of the valley, like a mother to her child, and for some reason I cannot reach it. It's very distressing. I've received word that a wandering botanist has recently returned from an excursion to the Verdessa, and that she's brought some rare plant specimens along with her. She is currently staying at the merchant's quarters in Kobo's market. If I had one of those specimens, I may be able to use it to reconnect with the spirit of the Verdessa. Perhaps you could accompany me to the market. I'd be very grateful. Accompany Null to Kobo's market. That's another helping hand mission. So I think we're going to we'd have to pass on this one because we're at Lone Tree. We would have to travel twice to Kobo's market. I don't think we have time today. But it's good to know that we can come get another mission from Null. Oh no, where was I? 45.7. Some other time. Discard Spirit Speaker Null. Each ranger soothes 2 fatigue. Over here, a favorite gear, and here, a Riri and a quiet. A Riri and a quiet. I don't think we're going to get much flora in the mountains here, in the mountain set. But we need one more progress in order to be able to travel away. High is persistent. Okay, so it's this ranger's turn. Yep. Do I have the thing that I can add? That's to a feature. That's a bummer. I don't have any fatigue, so I'm assuming that Cordo's probably going to have a helping hand mission also. That I may or may not be able to do. Let's spend an energy on this exhaustibility to add something to an aid card. And then I think we're just going to rest so that we can get our energy back so that we can try to put more progress up there. We draw a card. We got another quiet and another walk with me, which is good. This ticks down to 2. And I think I'm going to break this video up again. So it's been 2-ish hours. I think we'll stop there for part 1 of day 2. We have a helping hand mission to work on here. And we are also have this accommodation mission with the caustic mulcher. We're 1 away from traveling away from Lone Tree Station. We'll probably head down to Boulder Field because that would be along a forest path. It's green, so you can't, the green screen is blocking it out. But that's a forest path. And even if that doesn't work, there's 2 forest paths. We could go Ancestors Grove. And I don't know, we'll stick around here for a little while, I think. We have the other human at Lone Tree Station. We have Null, and we can maybe see what Cordo would say. So if we know, maybe we want to go to Lone Tree Station early in the day to get their helping hand missions, and then see where they take us. So, okay, I think that's it. Just like before, please let me know in the comments down below what mistakes I didn't already catch and correct, because I'm sure there's probably several. And I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're enjoying everything I put up on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.